Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is James.
And this is Alti, and that's
Izzy. My actual name's Ayana.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thanks. The people needed to know that. Man, it is April 19th on a very chill.
Mm-hmm.
The weather. How was the weather down here? I was away.
Yeah,
This
it
weekend.
was cool. I mean, I got to my destination at like 9,
Mhm.
so I was in there from 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So,
At Atlanta, the weather like changed. Yes,
That
this
cold?
morning, yeah. It was like 60 degrees from like 80 on
Oh.
Saturday. You know what I'm saying? So, and I took only shorts, not looking, to the weather. I mean, I got, of course, I always got topics, but has there been anything pressing? This is hard, dog. Has there been anything? Get off me. Let me see. She just lost the suit. Is there anything pressing that you have? No, I don't think you should think of anything. That's not good for the camera. I think we should. Thanks as the cast member, take the other cast member off the set. How was your weekend? Hey, you gotta go. No, you gotta go. No, okay. You gotta go. You gotta go at least to the show over.
I got
She
it.
hadn't seen me yet. Izzy, close the door behind you.
yeah, close the door, Izzy.
Keep her inside. Thank you. She wants to be a part of the show. I think she scratched me all up. But go ahead.
No, my weekend was nice. It was quiet.
Yeah. Move this down. Go ahead. Keep talking.
I actually went to color
I did see that.
with my sister.
Yeah.
We went to May River, which is like 15 minutes down the house.
What does
down the
color
street.
like? What does coloring do? Okay. Clearly, I had probably colored in like since
Forever.
kindergarten, but like, what is coloring? What does it do for you? Because you have multiple coloring books, and you have like all the different type of acrylic oil pencils and stuff like that. Like, what does that do for you? I never asked this, by the way.
So, and this is also very similar to cartoons. There are studies that show that when you engage in certain activities, your brain like the noise in your head slows down. It quiets down.
Yeah.
And you actually focus on what you're doing. Like it calms down the noise to where you can. It's kind of like therapy. Like you could just, without the talking, you can just kind of put it out on whatever you're doing. Cartoons do the same thing. They relieve stress. So it was a study that showed that adults that watch cartoons, they have less stress than those who don't.
Wow.
So
I've
coloring
never known
does the
that.
same thing.
Did you learn that at Cartoon Network?
I did in college. So
Oh, you learned that
I
in college?
learned that in college. Yeah.
From your
My classes.
coursework?
Mhm.
Man, that's interesting. Okay, so you colored?
Mhm. I colored. I did go to the store and I bought some paint and I started to revamp. I wanted to revamp 2 rooms.
Yeah.
I wanted to update the wall in your man cave.
Yeah.
And then I was updating the closet in Deuce's room.
Right. Because you kind of went back into that space.
Yeah.
You made that kind of like your prayer closet now?
Yes.
Like,
So
you repurposed
before
that space?
it was my prayer closet.
It was before.
Yes. Then it became a podcast room.
Yeah.
And now it's going back to the prayer
Yeah.
closet.
I found you in there the other night. I was looking for you.
He was.
I was looking because I didn't know that's
I
where you were.
had fallen asleep in there.
You can hear me saying, oh,
No. I heard you be like, "Where's my wife?"
oh.
And I was like, "Oh."
No, because I couldn't find you. Like, you was in, like, I looked at every room, and then, Izzy was asleep, so she didn't, I know you're here because your car's still here. Look at that. What's wrong with that? Hey, give her a popsicle.
Yeah, give her a popsicle.
Yeah, the little ball that she. No,
Oh,
Izzy, the little ball that she.
No.
Yeah, it's this girl.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. Okay. So prayer closet.
Yeah. So I started.
Would you re-strategize?
Yeah, it was a prayer closet turned into a podcast room.
Yeah.
Turned back into the prayer closet.
Yeah. Would you fall asleep on the Bible often? Is the Bible boring? Does that mean that or no?
No.
You just be done reading and you just go to sleep.
Yeah. Like, or it's like, so okay. You've heard me say this. So I'm an empath. So a lot of times, whenever I either exert a lot of energy,
yeah,
or emotion,
mm-hmm.
or I take on somebody else's, I get sleepy. Like, there are actually 2 people I can think of immediately off the top of my head when they call. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. I can, like, start to doze off. Not because I'm not... It's not because I'm not interested in what they're saying.
Yeah.
But it's because their energy is so strong, it's pulling from me. So... And I can feel it. So, like, I will literally, like, just kind of go like that. So I need to restore. So when I read scripture,
yeah,
I'm releasing, and I get tired. Like, I release emotion, I release whatever, and I get the rest. Because I tend to sleep.
So the Bible
not
narrative, he
rest.
says, shouldn't you put that on Jesus and not go, like, that should be, like, a way off? Like, if the Bible narrative me is like, shouldn't you give that to Jesus and, like, walk away and be like, it's free? If you're an empath?
No, yes. So that's what I'm doing, but it makes me sleepy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I do that.
Yeah.
And then that's where I get, like, rest. And I actually feel a difference waking up.
Until your husband's like, "Where's my wife? Where's my wife?" Then you're like, "Oh."
Yeah, I heard it. It wasn't even loud. It was like, "Where's my wife?" Like, where's my wife? And I was like, "Oh, he's looking for me." So I, like, opened the door, and I was like, "Hello."
It's like, because I never thought you would be in there. I looked all over and I couldn't find you. It never clicked in my mind to, like, that you were.
And the closet is not
down, prone in
super
the closet.
small. Okay, so, like,
it's
the closet. I have a desk and a chair.
Well, no, that is
it's
a small
still
closet. Yeah,
but it's not.
That's a nook. It's not even a closet. It's a nook.
Yeah. So when I'm saying I'm in the, like,
she's a small person, because I would have, like, I don't.
No, James couldn't do it.
Yeah, that was. All right, so you
But I didn't finish, so I got to finish.
Finish what? Reading the Bible?
No.
Oh, I was about to say you can never finish that.
The prayer room.
Oh, you got to finish that. I got you.
So
So that was the room. No, that was an actual movie. You seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Sorry, I ain't know.
You haven't seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh.
I won't.
I
No
was gonna be
judgment
like,
if I
movie
had.
time.
But no. Now that's a whole nother subject. Now all Christian movies are good. Like
that one.
Like
was
there's
really
a message
good.
behind them, but it's not like
No, that
good
one was
acting.
really
like,
good.
Some of it be kind of like cheesy because of so I'm
No,
I'm not of the
seen it
mindset.
though, right?
I'm not of the mindset that just because you put Christian on something, or
I
you're a
would
believer
agree.
that is good. I believe there has to be like
Yeah,
talent.
I
I'm not
would
the person who I'm not above booing the girl singing This Little Light of Mine on stage at the Apollo. Like that, I'm not. It's part of my gripe with, like, Christian hip hop a lot of times, and I know it has its purpose, but, like, I believe there should be a level of talent. I think anything in God's name should be done with excellence, and everybody.
Excellence can only be met at your capacity of exposure.
Nah, I disagree, because there are people who are talented, like if Kanye West was like, if Jesus Walk was, I ain't gonna say not believable, but like, let's just say he did Jesus Walk and he was actively executing, what God's standard is for like, that would be considered excellent because of his talent and ability. Okay. What I'm
saying though is, a person's level of excellence can only be at the capacity of their exposure. At that time, Kanye had massive exposure to excellence around him, all around him.
So you saying Christian artists don't have excellence all around them?
That.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying that.
Okay.
Because I'm also not the one who said that. It was you. So it wasn't. I didn't say that.
My thing was, just because you put Jesus on it doesn't mean that it's good.
Yeah,
Jesus is good. Well, let me rephrase that. Just because you're a believer and you do it in the name of Jesus does not mean that it is good. Right. It might come from a good heart and a good place, but it doesn't mean
purely from a craft.
Craft standpoint. Yeah, because God is good at all times. God is good at all times. Yeah. War Room was a good movie. Yeah. Forge was a good movie.
Yes, Forge is on Netflix, I think now.
God Is Not Dead was a good movie.
Yeah.
There have been several, movies where the acting wasn't cheesy, and I get budget and all the other stuff, but I think music and movies are
Courageous was good.
Courageous was excellent. Yeah, you were absolutely right about
Courageous
that.
Was really good.
We only seen that as a church. That was pretty cool. You're right. There have been some amazing movies that told the story of God's character and His belief, and that could be conveyed to believers and unbelievers alike. That was a great segue. Yeah. But I'm not gonna go down that path.
How was your weekend?
I was in Atlanta, the metro area, with our son. It was good because I always spending time with him, and he be liking to be in hotels. Like he liked the hotel experience. Yeah, he'd be like, this is luxury. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not paying us, but I'm a Hilton guy. I love Hilton hotels, and you know what I'm saying. So we stay. He likes that experience whenever we come up there, or even the Airbnbs that we get when we come as a unit when it's all of us coming up there. But this was my weekend after having him for spring break, so trying to just get back on track with what the visitation is with Deuce. Amidst all the stuff that we have going on, it was good. He had a karate tournament this weekend. He went in with some expectations. He didn't do as well as he. So that's always the thing about when you start out the gate successful, right? His first karate tournament ever, and martial arts tournament. Let me not say karate because he's mixed. It's mixed martial arts, but it's martial arts. His martial arts tournament. This was the spring one. He went to the one in the fall, and he did well. He placed second and third. His first time ever competing, right? In his group, and it was the beginner group. You know what I'm saying? And so this time he moved up to the intermediate group.
Right.
And so there's two dojos. He's Elevate. Shout out to Elevate. Elevate. If you they got a Sugar Hill location and they got a Woodstock location. My son is at the Woodstock Center. Where he trains, and so it's like Elevate has their own eternal, competitive thing. So he had three Woodstock students, and then the other students were Elevate Sugar Hill. So there's like a little competitive, you know what I'm saying? And so the three he's with, he spars with them. They spar, when they train, they spar, and especially when it comes to getting ready to combat, when it gets ready for competition. So he knows them, right? So he. In his mind, he probably was like coming in thinking, man, I've seen what they can do in practice, and I get them. I got the technique. He came in confident. He was a little nervous when he went in, but he came in confident. And it was Saturday, so Friday night when we was in the hotel, we went down to the fitness room and we, did a little bit of, I threw some jabs at him, and he blocked and did his movements and stuff like that. And I'm learning. Like as a dad, I'm basketball, you know what I'm saying? Like if he was playing basketball and, we would have a ball and we would be dribbling downstairs. But I'm learning martial arts because I never did it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a huge fan of it. I grew up Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee. Like I grew up, learning about Bruce Lee and, Kareem, just how martial arts have played such an important role in the African American culture and community, and how Asian culture has played such a strong role in our community. But I don't know the terminology, and I'm learning because I got a kid who's invested in it. And part of the investment is because I invested in him. You know what I'm saying? I invest, pay for the classes and want him to do well, and he's liking it. Like and part of the reason why I wanted to do it was because I wanted him to be around more men. You know what I'm saying? Like I live 4 hours away, something happens or whatever, but I wanted him to be able to take instruction and advice and coaching from if you can't do it in team sports, I thought martial arts would have been good, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not around them 24/7, I get them 72 hours at a time. You know what I'm saying? If I don't make a, just make a random trip up to a school because they got something going on. So I try to stay as engaged and active as I can from a distance. But also, I want to be able, I realize that I need support, as a father. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have a friend group that's going to be like, yo, I'm going to go get your son. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm around, I don't really have that, And so it was good because you asked me about that. I'm being long-winded, but
and I think it would be different if we were closer.
Oh yeah, baby, I would. Yeah,
no, not about you being there, about that friend group.
Nah, because I probably would just hang out with one person.
But that one person would probably be more active.
Nah, I don't expect.
It's not a matter of expecting it, but I think.
Does he think he know we talking about him?
Probably.
Like if he watches this?
Yeah. I feel like he would if we were closer.
Okay, I'll give you that. You might see something I don't, but I got you. Yeah. I'll take that from you. But yeah, so he was a little nervous. His mom was there before us, so she's a calming, for him. She did the whole hug, my baby, kind of deal. And here I'm locked in. I'm ready to give like that. We competing, like we fighting, like it's competition, like. So, I'm ready. I'm locked in. My eyes are a little beady. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, this is mano a mano. This ain't like a team where you got to cheer on like 4 or 5, like 12 other guys. This is my baby and another kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, he about to go mano a mano with another little boy who's got a stick in his hand, and he about to swing it at my boy. And I trust that his training, he got the skills to block and move. You know what I'm saying? So we locked in. And then, as I'm watching these kids compete, and it's not his turn. It's not his goal. My son, now he's moved up to the intermediate. So he went beginner, he got second and third. So he's coming in confident. He's like, I got second and third my first time. He thinking he gonna get all first places. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, man, it might not. This is a different level. Like, you ain't seen this level. You don't know, right?
Yeah.
And I told him, and I gave him some advice. I was like, his strike. Like, when he's going in to swing, he's opening it up too wide. And I told him, use the stab because you'll get... In my head, I'm strategy, like, I get more points. But he like, he trying to, they got the little wand. He trying to swing. Yeah. It's so big that the people are coming in and they're hitting him. So he might be a tick late. Like, it's like half a second late. And they're getting the points. So that's what happened when we was competing. But I'm watching the other kids. And I'm standing there and I'm watching. And I'm watching these kids lose. And I'm watching their reaction. And my heart's breaking. And I'm standing up there amidst all these kids and I'm just crying. I'm crying, like literally I got tears in my eyes. And I got tears because I was so moved and I was so hurt that, and I don't know if it's the parents, and I check myself, right? I take the speck in my own eyes. What type of expectations did I place on Deuce, for his company? Did I place expectations for him to be a winner all the time? Right, to win all the time, to get first place. And I'm thinking as I'm seeing this, and I'm watching these kids, and the parents, bless these parents' heart. But at such a young age, man, these kids are crying. In a tournament, it's like double eliminations, right? So if you take a loss, in a perfect ideal world, I'm speaking ideally, I would think that the strategy would play. Okay, if we take this L, we know we got to win the next 3. We got to go on a run, right? As opposed to that one loss to the kid felt like it was the worst thing in the world. And it now instead of you thinking about the next time you got to compete, which is if you lose, you get another opportunity, it was double elimination. And you get first, second, and third. As opposed to thinking like that, like they're almost distraught to the point where they can't compete and they become bad losers. Right? Because the loss in that moment, whether it was a 1-point loss or even if you felt like you got the point and the judge gave it to somebody else, like, how do you handle adversity when there's time still on the clock, right? The match hasn't ended. There's still time on the clock and you haven't lost. You might have not got that point that you got, but there's still the battle to win. Like how, and I'm watching these kids just have meltdown after meltdown and my heart's just breaking. My heart's breaking because I'm like, man, these young 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-year-olds don't understand that life when they get older. Like, and my heart was breaking because it's like, at what point do we teach our children how to become, I don't know, say adults, but like how to get to the realization, or even if we do, right? Like how we get to the realization that adversity's gonna hit. It's not gonna work out the way you thought it was. How do I respond? And it prepared me for my son when he got his turn to go, cause he cried. Like his first L he took. He got emotional about it and he ran to his mom. I thought he was gonna come to me and I'd give him like, I ain't gonna lie. He went over. He had to go over to his mom because that's what she was. She was standing. Like, say that chair right there, the kids are underneath. There's the wall right there. She was standing right there. So where the kids had the stage to go to compete, that's where she was. Mm-hmm. I was standing off to the side of the mat so I can get a good view and be right there and be in his ear when he to give him, let him hear me when he was competing. Not even sure he could hear me because he got that helmet on and stuff, but he was crying. But I realized something after he competed. He didn't place in combat sparring, but he got second place. He went undefeated all the way to the finals, and he lost 2 times in a row to his training mate from his training center. And we were just talking to him. He was crying because he was upset that he didn't win. And I was okay with that. Like I was okay with him crying. Like it was the last time I wasn't okay with him getting emotional like that. I was like, no, we teach you here about regulating your emotions. Like we talk to our kids like that. Like now, especially like saying it's okay to cry, but don't cry and like we said, get stagnant. Because immediately following the loss, you got to turn back around and compete again, right? So he went undefeated. Like I was so proud of my son. I was proud of Deuce because I was proud of the boy. What?
You two do the same thing. Just go keep continuing.
Oh, I was proud of the kid because he took some adversity. So there was one where he got hit in the eye with the stick. So there's his
shield.
Yeah, there's a shield, and it has a little slit over the eye. So if you get hit in the right point, you can get hit in the eye. He got hit in the eye, and he went down. He was like crying a little bit because it hurt. You know what I'm saying? Then he brushed it off, blinked, went to his mom, and I told her, tell him to blink. Because when you hit your eyes, the best way to ease eye pain is blinking. So I was like, tell him to blink. And I couldn't hear what she was saying to him, but she was encouraging him or whatever. And so he drank something, went back out there, and then his next time he competed, he twisted his ankle or something like that, and it hurt. He was on the ground. It hurt. Got back up, got the point immediately. That's when I said my son, he got it. Like it's okay. At that point in time, as a dad, as a man, I said, okay. It's okay for him to cry. I understand why he's crying. It's his mechanism to say, I'm not okay with what's happening. But I know I'm in this, and this kid is coming after me still, so I can still cry. I can still feel emotion, but still do what I need to do. And I was so proud of that moment for me, because even after he came over, I said, let it out. I told him to let it out, you know what I'm saying? And he felt like he got into my arms. But then I grabbed his chest plate and I said, block out the first competitions. You now got to do sparring. Like, you got this. You're good. And he came out in sparring and went 2-0. And he went into overtime because they were tied. And then he went into overtime and, like, mostly all his matches. But, like, even in that means you fought to the very end. And somebody asked me how he did. And I said, my son competed. Like, that was the thing. He had a good day, right? The technical aspect, like if Deuce if he would have just stabbed, he would have won all his matches for combat sparring. But because he was trying to draw back so far, they was getting the points on him because they were getting there early. But if he would have just stabbed, he would have won. He would have won, right? That's a strategy thing. He's 9. You don't understand. If he would have waited out the clock in the championship, he would have won. Yeah. But he don't understand that because all he knows is like, but in my head on the side, like just stall. Like I'm like, yo, we got the lead. Don't shoot the ball. Don't do nothing. Just hold the ball, right? And I was like, if you just bounce around and dodge him for like 10 seconds, you got this dub, and the dude ended up getting the point, right? So it was cool. I say all that to say that this was one of those weekends, I think for me as a dad, that I progressed. I felt like I took a step towards being a better father. Mm-hmm. And allowing my son to feel how he wants to feel. I came back because now, you got to deal with Ayana. Like, what I'm saying? We got our daughter. And even now, I feel like I'm a little bit more better. Not saying I'm all the way there. I'm better equipped to understand the ebbs and flows of her, how she channels her emotions. And I know for her, crying is more of a disappointment in herself, but the thing I don't want her to do is stall, which is what she does when she starts to cry. It's like, yo, let's process still. So I'm understanding that at their big old age of 9 and 8, like the ability to cry is super important. And here I am. I'm the big crier. I'm standing there. But like I was just moved to tears because I watched this little boy who went up a division. He went to like the next division up, and he was in Deuce's division, his first competition. And he was the best one. Like, he was striking because he was faster than all the kids. Come to find out, this kid takes private lessons with Deuce's teacher. So there is a reason why he moved up, a level. But he got smoked in the next level up because the kids were bigger, faster, with bigger reach. And he was so upset because he came in super confident that he was going to at least place and win, but he was not. He didn't do well, right? And I just want to, for me, as I'm dealing with my athletes, as I'm dealing with our children, as I'm dealing with other people's children, social emotional learning is so important. How to emotionally deal with your emotions in social settings is probably one of the very things that is part of our business with the National Academy of Athletics. And social emotional learning is so important for our kids. Learning how to deal socially with your emotions is uber valuable. It's a valuable tool that you can teach. It's a valuable tool. It's part of the reason why I wanted to have this franchise and do a good job with this franchise, because there's a social emotional learning component to what we do. And it's made me a better person. I think it's going to make me a better coach with what I just experienced this weekend with my own son. And I'm hopeful for more moments like that. But more importantly, as a husband, I'm the catch-all for everybody's emotions and feelings in here. And so oftentimes I don't get a chance to emote like I want to. Not because the environment isn't there with you, but a lot of times just because I'm having to take on everybody else's things, right? Because I'm the catch-all for everybody. And that's how I'm built, right? Like, I'm built that way. And then afterwards, he wanted Legos, and we tried to find him Legos. He did get his Legos. His mom took him to, he can't get Legos from Walmart because he didn't use. I couldn't find out he did all of them. Mm-hmm. Like, all the ones in Walmart, he did that he wants to do. He wants the dragon and the, he's like, I did this, Dad. Mm-hmm. So taking him to Walmart, regular Walmart, you got to take him to, the Legos store with all the Legos. That's where he had to go. But, yeah, that was Saturday. And then we went over to my guy's house, who has a son around Deuce's age, and they played and stuff like that. And you heard the argument that we had about value. That's what I was going to talk to you about value, but we can wait about that. But yeah. So my weekend was that. This is probably one of the few weekends where I had to check myself as a dad amongst all the other parents, right? And then by the end, there was a bigger kid who clearly this was his first competition, and he was new. He was a yellow belt, so he was new to martial arts. And I found myself encouraging him. You know what I'm saying? I found myself, and his dad was over sitting, with all the other parents, and I'm standing off to the side, trying to help him. That's the coach in me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm realizing, man, especially with martial arts, man, it's not about my kid. In certain situations, it's individualistic as a sport. It's you and the other person. But we are charged as coaches, man, to whether it's my team or or an opponent, and just as a believer too, it's the same. Man, we're charged even as believers to. It ain't about us. You know what I mean? Who cares? My son is competing against that kid. The thing that I love about my son's dojo is that all the parents, the kid he was in the finals with, his mom, sees Amber all the time at training or whatever. So they talk to each other, Yeah. He's been doing this for almost a year now. So it's like you build a camaraderie when you show up every 2 days a week, same time, with the same parents. You learn different things and birthday parties and stuff like that. And you realize, man, the community, we as believers have that same charge. That the big thing right now that a lot of people are talking about is, I don't know if you've seen Kev on stage, interview
about his
LGBTQ
perspective on
yeah.
LGBT. I
thought that was so important.
How so?
Because it's things you're big on, like love. You big on love. You big on that, and I joke sometimes because I be like, man, you too nice. You too you too mushy gushy with everybody, but like you be big on love, and I think that's it right there. That's the thing. Like, if you're gonna be a believer, you gotta believe that love overcomes everything, because that ultimately was Jesus, right? Not saying you excuse people's sin, but like in that moment, my son is competing, he's fighting, but like I seen another kid who needed encouragement because he was getting beat. You know what I'm saying? And the other kids were faster. He was a bigger kid, like. But I seen in that moment to cheer him on just as I cheered my son on. You know what I'm saying? And to encourage him, because this was his first time. Like, when you give context to things, I think it helps a lot of times. And so people probably could see me standing there crying and be like, what is he crying for? But they don't know, like, my heart was tugged watching the reaction of these kids who were 8 and 9 years old reacting like that to losing, when the competition is still, you still got more competition to go.
Yeah. And I think too, just as human beings, it's so much easier to criticize somebody when we're not dealing with the same thing that they're dealing with. Mm-hmm. Like, it's easy to be like, you need to fix that because that's not great. Because I know how to do it. You should know how to do it too. And for some things, like, situations can flip in an instant.
Yeah.
And I think it's just more important from my perspective to meet them where they are with love.
Yeah, but
because I think that God handles the rest.
Yeah.
He is well qualified to deal with the rest. Us showing up in love plants the seed. It plants it softens the heart. I remember I was probably in my 20s, and I had a friend. I had never evangelized to her, mm-hmm. but she knew I went to church on Sundays.
Yeah.
We would talk about God,
yeah.
but it wasn't at her ever. And one day, we were both working, talking on Instant Messenger, and she said, "Tell me more about your relationship with God." And she said, I think I want to be saved.
Wow.
And on Instant Messenger, while I was at CNN and she was at Kent State.
Probably got in trouble for that too. They was watching.
She, I gave her the prayer.
You did? And
she said the prayer.
Wow.
But that's I never went to her and was like, "Do you know Jesus?" You know what I'm saying? Like, it was more so of me living it out loud and just showing her love. Like, I never judged her for the stuff she did. There was never judgment there. Like, I just lived according to what I've been called to live to. Because let's be real, everybody ain't called to that. If you didn't accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, you're not called to that. You haven't accepted him into your life.
Yeah. So
I can't sit there and beat you upside the head on something you ain't even accept yet. So, like, I can't, I gotta show you why you want this. Why you should desire this.
I got you. Be it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And in that particular, if you haven't gotten an opportunity, Kev on Stage was sitting down with.
It was great.
Cam Newton on Freaky Fridays, Funky Friday, whatever Friday it is for Cam Newton, and he was talking about his response to the LGBTQ plus. I think there's IA or something. Community.
Yep.
I thought his response was. He said, "If I get to heaven and I talk to God, and God was like, but why'd you think that?" He's like, "That was the right thing that I should do according to your word." And they led me to, like, according to his word, right? I'm a word person. So if you want to talk to me about something, I'm probably my reference is the Bible, right? You probably like, "Oh, why you do that?" And Pastor Wade was talking about that today at church. Like, he has a friend who, when he talks to me, like, well, in the Bible it says, I'm that guy. I'm that friend. Because of what I read and how I read it. But, like, I'm really challenged now in my life to be that. Like, I am challenged in my life now to life on life. And to expound on the point that you just made, I don't want to be a relationship from afar person anymore. I want to be a life on life person, to where the person asks me, like, what's your intentions? Like, I want to love on people to the point where it's like, man, why are you doing this? Why? Like, what do you want? And the only thing that I want for you to understand is that God loves you because He created you to be. He created you for a purpose.
Yeah.
And I wrote that book, Purpose and Hope, and I realized, man, like as I'm signing, like it happened to me when you told me to sign those books that people bought.
Yeah.
And I had to take them to Nana, and I got to write in them, right? And I think about people, and this is so crazy because I've gotten books signed by authors, and it's like, now here I am as an author having to write a note, and it's like, yo, do I really believe that I want people to find their purpose? And it's like, yo, I got to check myself with how I am. Like, I really want people to have hope that they've never experienced before, to find what God has told them to do and do it.
Yeah.
And be it and believe it. And so, yeah.
And I think it's easy. I think that is the conversation with, I'm gonna say, with believers, because they understand that rhetoric. They understand it.
Well, I'm saying the non-believer, like people, even if I'm talking about all people.
I agree.
I want to love on all people at this point in
I
time.
agree. But I think, too, we just have to remember there are certain things we are called to do. And I tend to, right? I remember at one point, I was like, if there's nothing else that I take away from God's word, what is that? What is that greatest commandment? The greatest commandment above all.
It's too bad.
Love God with all your heart,
one is,
mind, and soul.
Yeah,
and then to love your neighbor as you love yourself. Yeah. If you don't take anything else, and how can you? And I one day I broke this down because I was like, how can you?
Go ahead,
no,
who's about to sit up? You got
no, but I was like, how can you love your neighbor when you don't love yourself? Loving yourself is the benchmark.
Yeah,
you can't properly love somebody else without first knowing how to love you. But where do you learn that from? You learn that from Christ.
You gotta go. You gotta go to what He says.
You learn that.
You start with God's character. You gotta start with what His love is. And if we start where His love is, just you waking up this morning.
Yeah.
Right? The love, just like, man.
Ooh,
that's
can
that's
I bring? I don't know if I can bring this up. Well, I guess you brought up Kev. So
okay.
The things that
Kev, we would love to talk to you and your wife if you want to give us.
Hey, Melissa.
Yeah,
she's cool.
I know I need them to watch this so we could get our views up.
I'll send it to Melanie.
You can?
Yeah.
Do that, but you got to send this section so hopefully our editor will edit this out.
Yeah, just clip that and then just
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Now on some real like talk to you type stuff. Man.
Yeah. No, they're cool.
We almost a year in the game.
And beyond.
Yeah, well, I'm saying, celebrate
our
little, our 11 months. We 11 months, celebrate our 11 months in 3 weeks.
I was gonna say, I was talking to, I was about to say her name, a dear mentor and friend that came. She drove 4 hours to spend time with me to help her with something. But like in that time, it was just great fellowship. We got things done. It was wonderful. But what came up is the recent domestic violence
with the governor.
Disputes and she was like one of she was like that was one of 6 in like the last
there's been an attack on
it's been like one of 6 and I said something to her to the extent, and I'm gonna try to say it as close as I said it to her, but I said I wonder what their relationships were like with the women in their lives when they were younger. Because to love your mother, and to have not even love your mother, but to have a relationship of nurture, of care, and then to have sisters or aunties,
that's a good point,
with a love of care. I find it really, really hard to believe, and not saying that this isn't the case, right? They very well could have had very loving, nurturing mothers, aunts, sisters around them, but you could have the capacity to do that to another woman, being raised and loved for,
or having had married though. I mean, this is somebody you married.
But people marry women all the time and care nothing about them. Like,
I wouldn't know nothing about that.
Well, they do it all the time.
No, I just,
it'll be masked in love, But reality is there's a lot of selfish ambition behind that. It's a lot of stuff behind that. Because when you love somebody, you just don't treat them a certain way.
Understood.
It shows up in how you love them.
Yeah.
Not necessarily in the vow you took. So I think, I don't know. I said that out loud to her. I was like, I wonder what their relationships with the women in their lives when they were younger that set the precedence of how they felt about women.
That's interesting, baby. I think you should do an Alti ISO on that. Not tonight, but I'm just saying because I know you want to get to your bath. I caught her before she got in the tub. She was about to get naked. I was like, "Oh, let's do some content before she go." What that girl get? She go quick. She get ready to bathe quick. But man, that is very interesting. I want to hold that right there.
Yeah.
I do want to bring. I think that's a great topic of conversation. I think, man, that'll probably be a good Mother's Day video. Like we talk about the love of women.
I think that's what's missing.
The love of women.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think people hate women.
Well,
I think men.
Baby, go hold it, because you talking. Let's hold that right there. You know how you be going.
I'm just saying.
We had a good. I think we had a good weekend apart from each other. I did miss you.
Yeah, I miss you too.
If we hadn't had that particular amount of, because the last time we was together the whole 5 days in Indy, and then we were together every day. But I think there's a. I respect the fact that we could go off, and you could find some peace, tranquility, have some great relationship building. I can go off and have the same thing, and then we come back together and be able to see how what we took apart from each other we can bring back to the collective of our household. I learned some things about myself this weekend. I don't know, I think you got a chance to care and help somebody like this weekend. And I told you about my experience before I left out. Like, I felt like I dropped the ball on helping that woman. And even some kids today, they were outside of Walmart asking for food. There was 2 instances where I felt like there was some love of Christ that I could have did. I don't want to miss those moments anymore because I don't know how often I got those moments. So my goal for this week is to just love on people. Like have.
What's that look like to you?
Have intentional. It could look like everything that Jesus did. It could look like food for someone in their stomach. It could look like an intimate moment with them, to like where I sacrifice time for something that I want to do. It could be a word of affirmation. It could be a prayer, like just a random prayer to somebody that comes across my heart. I did that last week to like 4 or 5 people. Like, I just sent a prayer. Like, I just prayed. I want to become more intentional about what you just said, loving out loud. I think that's where you got me beat. And as the competitor in me, like, I want to get to the place, because I feel like if I do that, the more times I could do that, I can have the expressions of love that you have.
I will give you a disclaimer.
What?
Make certain that the walk has the purest of intentions, because it won't come back always.
No, I don't care if it comes back or not.
There are some. Like, I can think of
Well, I'm not talking.
I can think of a couple people right now that I have literally been assigned, and that every now and then the Holy Spirit will be like, "Do this," and I'm like, "What?"
No, what I'm saying. No,
they're like, "Yeah."
But that's what I'm saying, baby. I want to have more moments like that. I think that's
but
pure.
That person doesn't respond. It is not well received.
I don't care about that. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Now, I'm not looking for a reciprocal. What I ultimately want to do is, like what I said, I want to give hope and purpose.
Yeah.
My goal, I told you about my experience with my colleague. You know what I'm saying? The prayer that I said, what happened with him after the prayer. And he replied back to me, how did your son do this weekend, right? But I'm very intentional about making sure that I listen to when he talks.
Yeah.
And I want to do more of that. I want to be more intentional about listening to what people are saying, and their need may not be money, food, or clothes. It may be just, hey, can you give me 10 minutes to tell you about what my teacher did? You know what I'm saying? Because I deal with students a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or what I just had a conversation with my mom that wasn't good. Or what I want to figure out like Jesus. What I can sacrifice and don't give anything in return.
And I think
And
that's
don't
what
give
that's what I
anything
was.
in return.
That's what I.
No, I don't care about the return. I just want to do. Like I want to be able to get the instruction and be like you and struggle with it, but do it and just do it.
Yeah.
And then tell you about it and be like,
It sucks.
but we had
sometimes.
that habit. No, we suck because we lost some money.
It sucks sometimes because you listen and you are obedient to it, and that you know. But it always comes back.
I think those are seeds more.
Yeah, it always comes back. It may not come back with the person that you planted that seed with, but it always comes back.
So that's my goal, and hopefully next time you see us, my wife will be bathed and clean because I interrupted her bath, and she won't be upset
I'm
with
clean
me because
now.
of that. No,
It's a milk
why
bath.
are you taking a bath?
It's a milk bath.
The bath don't get you clean?
No, it's a milk bath.
Hey. No, real talk. I will do this. I know I fight with you. I seen the thing where the people put their feet in the water and all the toxins.
Yes.
I seen it. Did I send you that video?
No, but I know.
I sent you a thing where the lady was in the. They poured peroxide or clovers or something in the water and it was like all the detox. Yeah, I want to do that. Like I want to do that.
Yes.
I don't do all the other stuff you do, but
can
stuff
do
like
all the
that.
other stuff.
No, I don't want to do all that.
You can
I don't
do
want
it.
to do all that.
It's good for you.
Yeah, but it feels like my feet in the water with the stuff coming with the water foaming and all the
Well, no,
stuff
so
centers down.
there's
Don't it flow down?
So
I want it to flow down.
I've done it at a spa in Savannah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And
I seen that.
Like the
water
the
changes
water
color, right?
legitimately does.
That's what I'm
change color,
saying. Can I
and
do
it
that
is
at home?
accurate.
Can I do that at home?
I think there's something else that they put in that makes the different
that
colors.
sounds like some. That don't sound like.
Because they have a whole chart and everything to tell you what it means.
Oh, so we can save up to go do that then, right? You know the place?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's black owned too.
Oh, all right. Bet. You know, she get me with that black home. Well, listen, we love you. We truly do. We pray for you guys. I don't know what she does in that prayer closet, but she be face down drooling on Thessalonians.
By the time you get to
Ephesians is drool. If you look at them pages in Ephesians, that is the letters are running off. But
could be
no.
drool, could be tears. Who knows?
Oh, I ain't think about that. I had to taste for the salt. But no, man, we love you. And the only reason why we do this is because I think these are opportunities to share a real couple who go through real things, who actually has real love for the things that we talk about and the things that we go through. And our hope is that this helps somebody in some way. So if you do, like, share, spread the news. We're coming up on a year. We're excited. I'm excited. I don't know about it. I've been married to this woman for a whole year, almost. So May 5th is our anniversary. We're a couple weeks away, and I'm excited. I don't even have no plans, like, really, because we just in life. Like, life has been throwing a lot of stuff at us, but we rocking together. So whatever it is that we do, we'll do it together, and I think that's our thing. I think that's our thing. Like, whatever we do, we just gotta do it together. Like, we just do it together. And so now we appreciate you guys. Lock in. Anything you want to say to the people, baby, before we go? All right. Well, you guys have a good evening, great week, and until you see us again, we bid you adieu.